Season 1, season finale, everyone. We've got all of our guests from our first season on today. We've got Jordan, Kelsey, Chad, Tony, and Lindsay here today.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
What's up?
We have our snow bunny, Chad.
Yeah. The snow bunny himself.
Snow bunny himself. Happy New Year, you guys. Thanks for coming back on.
Yeah,
Happy New Year.
We got so
Happy New
much
Year.
good feedback from every single one of your episodes. Like, a lot of family and friends and stuff reached out and just said how much they appreciated it and really enjoyed hearing your stories. So, it's really cool.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being part of this. We kind of started it not really knowing what we were going to do, and it's definitely been so much fun meeting you guys and getting to. Thank you guys for letting me be a part of this. I know I'm not really like an ex-member or anything.
You're an honorary ex-member.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You went through it too in a different way.
For sure.
I did, but even when we first did the first few episodes, I was like, Tony, I don't really know that like what my place is, but I feel so grateful that you guys just like let me come in and sit in on all these stories and tell the other
You're
side.
super cool.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
It's
It's been fun to be a part of it. It's been awesome to hear everyone else's episode. They're all really good. And I have a lot of friends and family who are now listening on a regular basis. And so, yeah. You
Hi,
guys are doing
Chad's
a great
family
job.
and friends. That's really cool. I really like Chad's family. I remember the church always wanting to convert Chad's family because they're a nice, big, white, happy family. And, like they just love bomb them a lot. Don't you feel like that, Chad?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. They're like, oh man, his dad looks like Santa. Oh,
Yeah. Your family's very, very nice. Very nice. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. So we just wanted to check in with you guys and see if you have any, exciting plans for the new year. If you have any, message you wanted to say or, anything like that. Anybody want to start? Go.
I would like to say, and I hope this gains traction for the rest of the year. I don't know who's going to hear this, and I don't have the right resources or sources for this, but I want there to be a documentary made about this cult.
Ooh.
Yo, you hear that?
That's like, oh man,
For sure.
we're able to put like if we had something on Netflix like about this church, oh my god, that would shake up.
It would be
a
really
lot.
good.
Yeah.
We'll take Hulu or Amazon Prime too.
Oh,
Yeah, right?
Yeah, totally.
We're not picky.
That's what I want to put out right now. That for sure.
Hey,
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome.
We didn't even think of. We have never reached out or done anything. So maybe we'll all side note get that in the making.
You just never know. Whatever's going to be helpful for people. And I do think a documentary would be helpful for people to see and kind of investigate and figure out, the real history of the church and the real history of the founders and maybe where the money is and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there was something like that, that would be a game changer.
Right.
That would be
Right.
definitely a game changer for sure.
We
Right.
talked to Kelsey about that a little. There's definitely something to investigate, but we don't want to be the ones to do it.
We just want to help as many people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't want to cause problems. I just want to help as many people as we can,
Yeah.
And you already know
Provide
that's
information.
that's how
Right.
they frame it though. That's how the cult's gonna frame it.
Right.
Jordan she's crazy. That's what they said. They said I was crazy.
And Tony's a drug addict now. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fun.
Kelsey, what's your guys' rumors?
I break up married couples.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard so many even about some other former members who've left. I've heard of they started their own church. What?
Mm-hmm.
I know they didn't start their own church.
Right.
When they said that rumor and I still
Tony,
knew.
is that what you said?
Yeah. That they'll think we're starting our own church. And Chad is a leader
Yeah.
because he looks like Jesus.
Apparently,
there you go.
I'll be the cult leader. I'll take that. Sure.
It's
Hey,
great.
lead
it's so crazy.
I
It's
have
so
some power.
it's so funny how that's how they want to to defame us. Like, yeah, they're starting their own church. Yeah, they must be Satan.
What we're saying can never be valid in their mind ever.
They're Skyping on Sunday. Mark of the Beast. Hello.
Oh my gosh.
And you guys all did you guys all celebrate Christmas?
Yeah,
Totally.
I did.
It was
Yeah.
great. It was fun.
It was fun.
You guys want to have any stories that you want to share about being able to celebrate Christmas again, or?
I'll say this about celebrating Christmas. The one thing, I don't know how to wrap gifts. I don't know about you
Yeah,
guys.
right.
I can't wrap gifts to save my life.
Oh, I love that. That's true. You guys wouldn't have any practice.
That's
Oh, yeah.
hilarious.
You don't wanna-
My
you don't
gift
wanna
wrapping
see
was
my
awful.
wrapping.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's true.
I was trying to improvise on my wrapping. Like, I'm like, oh no, I ripped it on accident. So I'm like putting like a little bit of wrap around that
For
to cover
sure, me
it.
too.
I have like
yeah,
all
that's
this like
what I do too.
I have like all this tape like in random places.
Just patchwork.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's a
my
style.
Christmas gift wrapping was not that good.
This was the first time I celebrated without feeling any fear or any shame or any guilt or anything. I just totally enjoyed it. It was nice.
Good. Yeah. Yeah, so my girlfriend came out and a few days before Christmas, so we have a tradition to grill yellowfin tuna. And
Ooh.
so we have like really nice dinner. And then this year we met up with some of my cousins and went and checked out Christmas lights in downtown Denver. I've never done that before. And then hung out with my aunt and uncle. It was great.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a fun time.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool to spend time, you know.
Yeah.
It's like
Jordan, can
Same.
your son hear us?
no.
Okay.
No, I
Does
can't.
did you guys do Santa?
Yes, we did.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
we did. We actually I want to say last year, no, before the Christmas before the pandemic, we had him, get dressed up in like pajamas and like take a picture, with Santa and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So we have that picture, and yeah, he still does Santa. It's
That's cool.
yeah, it's a cool thing. It's a cool experience, when the Christmas morning, we're able to watch him. We're taking pictures of him opening his gifts, like. And I saw my younger self in him, like before I joined the church, like that feeling that I kind of regained through him. Like it was a cool thing.
You're reversing history. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, because around that age, that's when you join, no?
Yeah, around like his age, yeah, like right around his age, maybe a tad bit older was when I joined. Yeah, it's crazy to think it's like an out of body type experience, like. Because this kid looks exactly like me. Like
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
yeah, it's a real cool feeling to know that he's not gonna be going through what I went through. Like
Right.
gonna live like a normal life.
Right.
And it's
You won't have to miss Christmas parties at school.
yeah, he won't have to be put in a separate classroom like I was.
Yeah.
How does your wife do with Christmas? How's she doing?
Oh, she loves it too. Like,
Cool.
We do Secret Santa, like with other family, like with her cousins. Like we did a Secret Santa, and we had like a Christmas party on Christmas Eve. We went over to her cousin's house, and they're all into the holidays. It's like great. It's amazing. We're playing like Mario Party on the Switch, and we're like exchanging gifts, and for the Secret Santa, and like we're all hugging each other. Where it's all like cool. It's like it's. My wife loves it. She gets really into it. Like we have a Christmas tree. Like she put up the Christmas tree. Like she does all the decorations. Like for even like during Halloween, like she did all the decorations.
She's like, I'm free. I'm doing it all.
Yeah, she loves all
That's
that stuff.
cool. That's awesome.
And it gets me into it because like
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
her, I'd be like, like whatever.
It's almost like you kind of don't know how to do it. So
Yeah.
you're like, I'm just going to kind of go off memory when I was like,
Yeah.
17 and then just pretend like I know how to make Christmas for my children and my dog.
Right.
But we did it. We did it. We like made gingerbread houses and did all this
Cool.
stuff. It was amazing. Yeah, I loved it.
Watching movies too. Like
Yeah, watching movies. The Grinch.
the great. I show my son Home Alone. Like
Yeah.
Classic.
the first Santa movie that came out with Tim Allen.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's some classics. Just watching those and like just seeing him like watch it and like actually getting to enjoy it and like
Were
not
you guys,
feeling guilty about it.
were you guys in the church when Elf came out?
Yes, I was. Yeah.
I think I was in high school when
I think it came out before
That's what-
we got in.
is that
I'm
what
gonna
Will-
look up what year it came
I
out.
don't.
Yeah.
I don't know when Elf came out,
Oh, that's like
but I definitely
I
didn't
feel like
watch
I was
it
a
until
senior
after.
in high school.
you didn't see it until after.
Elf is great.
2003. 2003.
Oh no, I wasn't
Yeah.
in the church then.
I was in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure it was in.
That's crazy. That seems so long ago.
It's insane, dude. It's
Yeah.
insane because it's so different too. Like everything's so different.
Yeah.
The world is a completely different place.
Right.
It's very true.
Kelsey, do you have anything you want to say for the new year?
For the new
Or
year,
like a message, or you have a goal or anything, or
I think my goal is to kind of just focus on myself this year.
yeah.
Still, if Great Light Studios invites me to do anything with them, like I'll do it. But I think for the most part this year is just focus on myself. And I know last year, like I focused a lot on really trying to understand the Bible better. And I think this year, like, and that got to a point where it was almost like I had two deconstructions I had to do. Deconstruction from the World Mission Society doctrine, and then deconstruction, I think, from, just not necessarily believing the Bible, but being afraid of what would happen if I didn't believe the Bible. And so that's trying to force myself to believe the Bible and to understand further. I think I put so much stress on myself that it's counterproductive, and my anxiety has manifested into physical symptoms recently. So just trying to just focus on myself, my own healing this year. And I think
That
that's
sounds
what I'm gonna do.
amazing. That sounds so amazing. I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good journey. Yeah.
It's definitely necessary too.
I completely understand that. I mean, just too much of the Bible. It's just too confusing after a while.
Well,
like in your brain.
Yeah, and I've been like, because throughout this whole time, like I've been trying to keep my mind open and understanding, not only from like, I try to understand from apologetics perspective, from mystics perspective, from atheists and agnostics perspective. And I'm kind of at the point where there's so many different, like, there's so many unknowns, right? And so if I, like, am I believing what I believe because I'm scared not to believe it? That's just as bad as being in the World Mission Society, I feel. I mean, it just takes me back to that. And that caused me a lot of anxiety this last year. And so I'm trying to just kind of take a break from that, put all of that away, and not be so obsessed about it. Because at the end of the day, if my morals seem a little better than the God of the Bible that I understand it, then that's there's a problem there, and that's probably not the path I should be going down.
Right.
So
right.
it's for me, it's breaking that pattern, that chain, and just again focusing on myself, my mental health, and going from there.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
Chad, what's your goals?
Ooh.
What did he? Well, hold on, Chad. What did you call it? Your theme? Yearly theme?
my theme for the year. So
theme of the year.
It's always corny because I always kind of have something that rhymes with like the year.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So, but it helps me just remember it for the year.
Right.
So,
that's a good idea.
So my goal is in a lot of ways similar to Kelsey's, where the theme is be true to you in 22.
Ooh, I like it.
But the point being, so I have specific goals for kind of every category in life. So I have financial goal, personal goal, professional goal.
Please list them all here, with including your social security number. I'm just kidding.
So
I'm just kidding.
Get your pens. I'm gonna say it one time. No. So I think one thing I'm most excited about, we kind of talked about this offline, but here in a month, I'm starting a training. It's to get a certification to be a life coach. And the reason I'm getting that is because it could build on what I do for my occupation and maybe transition to becoming a career coach. But also I want to use it just in my personal time to help people. I really, like Jordan was saying on the episode 1 that he was on, is just feeling this kind of inspiration to want to help people, that have been in this situation. And so I feel like getting this training will be helpful just to feel more confident and equipped to help people move forward in their life. And really what I want to do is just help people who are kind of at the point where we're all at, where we've told our story enough, we've accepted what we've been through, but now the next step being, okay, what do I do next?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want to help people with, is kind of figure out, okay, because there is that grieving period that we go through, and a lot of that involves doing the education and the research to figure out and understand like what we've been through and accept this experience. But a lot of times, once you've kind of gone through that, you get to this kind of plateau or almost a dead end, because you're like, okay, I want to move forward. I'm tired of thinking about this. I'm tired of living in the past. So how can I move forward? I don't know what to do now. I don't know who I am now. And so this training would be a lot to kind of address that and help people figure that out. And because the beautiful thing is that you don't have to, it's almost like you're a blank canvas again. And so there's things that about your life from your past that are good that you don't necessarily need to forget about or, kind of stuff away, but they are qualities and experiences that we had that were good experiences that can be built upon. And so that's something that I'm trying to just learn how to do it for myself, and just help anyone else who's having a difficult time with that, like how to determine what they want their life to look like and what kind of steps do they need to take in order to have that. Because that's the fun part about life after the cult, is when you realize that you're free, and when you realize that your life, like, you get to choose, you are in control of your life. And but there is opportunity for a lot of bad things to enter your life if you're not careful, if you don't have much of a vision. But then there's also awesome opportunity to move forward. So that's the thing I'm most excited about for the year. Really, other than that, it just the whole purpose of this be true to you. It's just keeping things in check and just trying to invest in myself and do things that are good for me, whether it's physical health, diet, all that kind of stuff, being consistent with exercising, that kind of stuff.
Awesome. That's amazing. I love hearing everybody's processes, and like, even though it's a little different, it's all the same, like we're all so similar. It's so interesting. Thank you guys for sharing with us, and
thank you.
Being inspirational.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for having this awesome show and having an opportunity for us to get to know each other and everything.
Yeah, I love that we can share ideas, different ways of how we can get through this, because it is the most challenging thing we'll probably ever have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a lot of people like sharing it,
Right.
There's so many people out there who've left and they just don't have, they feel like they probably don't have anyone to talk to.
Yeah.
It's
very lonely. You think that you're the only one going through it. Nobody understands it.
I can't imagine.
It's very scary.
And for me too, it's hard for me to share kind of these kind of things with others. Like if it's if it's like being recorded, just because like I'm like thinking in the back of my head, what's the church going to tell people?
Yes,
How's the
totally.
church going to spin this? But I think now I'm at the point where it's like, you know what, they're going to say what they're going to say, but you know, I'd rather be more like authentic and,
Right.
you know, tell like really what, you know, like the whole kind of story of what it's like leaving.
Right.
So
We can only say our truth and our story, you know. That's what we can
Mhm.
do. And if it helps other people, I hope it does help other people. I think you guys
I
are
do
going to
too.
have such a great year. I can already tell. It's going to be a really good year. We're going to have a lot of good information. Like, we're going to be able to help each other and be able to help a lot of people.
And
I
like
think
I was
so.
my auntie listened to Chad's episode and thought of the idea of doing like the bonfire and then getting
Cool.
like materials like
I
I
love that idea. That was a cool
like she
idea.
brought it up to me. She was like, Jordan, you should do that. Like it's a good idea. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, why don't
telling
we
you, it
do
feels awesome. It
It was
feels
like, come over
great.
to my house, we'll go to the back, we'll get a little fire going and, just, and I was like, you know what? That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
It's
Let's
fun. It's fun.
that sounds, and she was like, wasn't that crazy? He said he saw like a werewolf. Like, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It was. I'm telling you, that's no exaggeration. I saw it.
Just,
I was like,
It's really awesome talking to you guys. It's so fun.
I know it is fun.
And it is helpful, to hear stories together. It's cool.
I like that
mhm.
we've never met any of you guys. Well, Chad's in Denver, so we've met Chad, but that you guys are like such fast friends because you guys all have this language that like you guys are explaining things to me a lot, but you guys talk to Tony and it's like you guys have this conversation and you say words and I'm like, guys, I don't know what that means. You're like, oh, it's the whole history of like part of the whole this chapter of the Bible. I'm like, okay.
There's
It's
so
like-
many like inside jokes we can make amongst each other.
Yeah.
Like there,
Yeah.
even something as simple as like using a certain accent or like.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it feels good to
Jordan-
laugh about it. It feels good to laugh about it.
Yeah.
it's really cool because like no one else has really gone through this.
Yeah.
What the doctrine was is so extreme that it's just man, it's so weird. But
Yeah.
we know exactly what we mean. We like to the T.
Right.
Like, the T, we know
But
exactly what we mean.
But you know what's funny is, Jordan, the first time I met you when we were both in the church and you were, do you remember this? You were riding your bike to Zion. Okay, so this is kind of ironic, okay? So
Funny.
I was in Portland at the time, Portland, Zion, and they were having a seminar in LA, which was ironically about all the internet stuff that was coming out about on the examining site. And so
2012.
me and this was, I think it was from about like the aftermath of 2012. I think it was early 2013. And I went to LA with another member, a Korean member who actually used to be Jordan's teacher. And we were walking to the church, and Jordan, I think you had been a teenager at the time. Even though he was a teenager, he's riding his bike in his church clothes to the church, and that was specifically for the trip about about the internet, the stuff that was being said on the internet about the church on the examining site. And it's so ironic that you and I both have. That's the first time I met you, and now we both left.
That's super ironic. That's super ironic. I remember being like, because I was a high school student, and I was like the only high school student that was allowed to go to one of those things. And I'm like, now looking back at it, I'm like thankful that I did, because a lot of the stuff in there, like, kind of, like, it seemed like a reach. A lot of like the damage control that they were doing, it seemed like a lot of it seemed like a reach. I mean, at the time you're like, okay, this is their explanation for this and that, so you kind of just got to go with it, but deep in the back of your head, you're like, it's kind of a reach, like.
Well, like the stuff about like 2012, like it's so funny because I heard the prophecy about 2012. I heard their explanation of them saying the world would end in 2012. I heard it. But yet when I go to after 2012, the church was saying, oh, we never taught that. And then even though I had heard it, I repeated that rhetoric to so many other people saying, yeah, the church never taught that, when I had actually heard it. And nothing, there was no red flag in my mind, nothing. I went with it. I just, followed what they said and said it to.
It's like you create a
other
false
people.
memory, like, maybe we didn't really
Mhm.
say it.
Yeah.
No, I
Even
knew
though
you
you
did.
know that we did say it, but you're just like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to go along with it.
Not only did we say it, we prepped for it.
Right. We
Yeah.
prepped for
Oh,
it.
totally.
100%.
Yeah, we prepped for it.
100%.
I mean,
We were
had
in
to
a
buy
house
army
church.
bags.
We were in a house church, and our pastor came to just make sure everything was prepared. It was like December 2011. No, it was December 2012. And he was just coming to make sure we had enough, water and food in case something happened.
Was that your second house church or the first?
The second one.
Yeah, so in 2011 and early 2012, that's when I was in Kansas City, and my assistant was a Korean brother who was very close to the pastor, and he's the one who was telling me how much we needed to be prepped, because I had been away from Denver for 2 years or so at this point, so I didn't realize that all this prep was being done. So I just ended up buying all this random stuff off of Amazon. I just learned about Amazon, just got my first smartphone. So I'm like, all right, cool. I can just order stuff easy. And me and this brother would like test out our gear behind the office church, like after Sabbath day. And it was like wintertime in Kansas City. And we would just like go set up my tent and just like lay in this tent and be like, are you cold yet? No, I'm doing pretty good. And like would this survive a nuclear winter? Like, yeah, I think I could be okay. And it was totally, and then after that we would go watch a disaster movie and then go to bed.
And have great dreams, I'm sure, after that.
Yeah.
They have this one video they love.
That's crazy.
They have this one video, and I don't know if it's still in their circulation, but they go hard on the North Korean and South Korean conflict, like in this video.
Yeah.
They go hard, like they
Is
show.
it the one where the people like evaporate?
Yeah, they
as
show
in, like
clips
standing
from,
on
like,
the fence.
They show clips from like Terminator 2.
Yeah,
They
I don't like
show all
that.
these
Dude,
clips.
they showed that video.
And they do that in front of the children, yeah.
Yeah.
Would
I
they
don't know
have
if it's-
shown me that without being baptized? Because I think that's the one they showed me. Whatever they
Yeah,
showed me.
Maybe.
It was a UCC space.
Scary.
Yeah, they definitely would have shown that to you and tell you that you need the seal of God, and then go
Oh,
through a
yeah.
study
They
of,
told me
okay,
that all
you
the
need to
time.
get the seal of God by getting baptized, and then now you're a member.
Like, I just
But-
wanted to have lunch with my sister. To get her-
Yeah.
But,
Now they scared the shit out of you instead.
yeah, I was just looking for Tony. I don't know. Do you guys know where she's at? No.
So here's another goal for 2012 that goes with what Jordan was saying. I really would like to learn how to use my camera, and I'm more than willing to start shooting some film with someone just to get the process started. And talk to your mom about going to the church together undercover.
Oh my gosh,
So-
you're not bringing my mom into this. Mom, I love you, but she's
So
like
hey,
Dude,
we're gonna wear body
that'd be
cameras.
hilarious. I mean, but if you do that, definitely take pictures because I want to see it.
take my mom because we both look identical to her. She'll definitely know who she is right away.
Yeah. We'll just have to go in disguise and just.
I just
totally
think that
play 'em.
I think she has some understandable anger and unresolved issues that she would like answers to, and I think we all would. So yeah, I don't know. That's a bad idea anyway.
Don't
Chad, don't encourage it. Don't
Hey,
poke the bees.
whatever gets the
I'm
process
just kidding.
started,
I'm just
I'm ready to
kidding.
do it.
I'm excited. I'm so excited for a new year. I started a new yoga challenge, you guys. 30
Cool.
days with the yoga of Adrian. It's yoga with Adrian. She's on YouTube, so
That's
it's all free.
awesome.
Yeah, my coworker was
I
telling
use
me
her
about
too.
that.
Yeah, I really like her, and she's doing like a new 30-day challenge, and so I'm gonna try to do it within 30 days. And it's not just for the yoga, but it helps. Like it's a time when I can just turn off my brain, and like not think or worry about any of the stuff. And so that's really
Just
nice.
Be present.
Be
That's what's
present.
awesome
That's
about
what I'm going
yoga.
to try to learn how to do. Be present and breathe more and,
Mhm.
Yeah. What are you going to do, Lindsay? What's your theme of the year?
Oh man. Well,
Oh, man.
mine's more of a downer, so I'll just do
Oh.
the
A downer? No, share the downer. That's way better. We
All
want to
right.
hear that one.
You guys mind if I take a moment off topic of our podcast?
Sure.
Of course.
I'm gonna keep
Are you-
recording. I mean, like, it's just off topic. It does nothing. So you guys, so what I'll say is, from people that were not involved with your church but listen to the podcast, I think it resonates for people who have gone through trauma, like even if it's not being a part of a cult. But like hearing your guys' stories of like, especially when you leave and you're like afraid in that like trauma period in between, before you're like, okay, I'm definitely out and now here I'm going to move forward. And so this year, when Tony asked me that question on the last a few podcasts ago, like, oh, what's your New Year's resolution? I think I might have, I don't remember when, but I paused because I realized it's the first year that I'm looking at where I know there's like heartbreak coming. There's like something really hard and heavy that I have to deal with. And that's such a like reversal of my normal self, because normally I'm like, everything's great and it's all going to work out. And I'm just like, you know,
Optimistic.
it's like I'm not used to being like, I know there's trauma coming down the pike and I like can't do anything about it. So this is a weird year. So you guys all have these great, like, thinking about like New Year's resolutions and stuff, or like mantras. I'm like, just like survival kind of. And then once I pass
Yeah, but we understand that. We understand
Yeah.
that survival mind.
your guys' stories are like my preparation of like knowing that it'll be okay. It will be okay. But like mine is like foreseeable, like penciled in on the calendar. Like I know there's stuff coming down that. So yeah, kind of a downer.
Well,
Kind
I
of
hope everything goes okay though.
But I think it's good to be prepared. Like if you know something's coming, you know, you can prepare your mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a weird reversal of my own thinking of like,
It is interesting. You guys have had a lot of people reach out and say, I wasn't in a cult, but I totally relate to your trauma.
yes.
To the trauma, like people in abusive relationships, people in drug problems, all those things, addictions. You know, people are relating to that. So it's very interesting how it's
just even
it's really
like
all the same.
living your life for like 12 years misguided. Just that feeling of just like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, but one good thing, I did get my dream job
Nice.
recently. So going into the new year, I'm going to start doing this
Cool.
job that is like so exciting. I didn't even know it existed, and it's like everything. So all of that time in my 20s, trying to figure out my purpose as far as like career wise, I feel like I'm finally at a point where I'm like, I did it, I found it, just gotta
Nice.
hold on to it. So
Nice.
that's a good thing. And this
There you go.
podcast obviously is super awesome and exciting.
Yeah.
Can I recommend a book that I just started reading this week?
Yes,
That I think would be
please.
helpful- It would be helpful for everyone in the group.
Yeah.
The book is called, and I want to give a shout out to my cousin who gave me this book at Thanksgiving.
Ooh.
But
that.
it's a book that he passed on to me, and it's called The Obstacle is the Way.
I gotta write it down.
Obstacles
Um,
away.
Yeah, hang on. It's right over here. I can tell you who has written
Ryan.
it. Give me just 1 second. His name is Ryan Holiday. And he has written a few books. This is one book of a 3-part series, but it's just anyway, it's an awesome book about how any obstacle, it's really about changing your perspective. And so when it comes to when we face obstacles, inevitable obstacles in our lives, just learning how to look at it differently, learning to look at it objectively, and instead of being filled with negativity or anything when this hard time comes, looking at it as an opportunity for growth, and really embracing the obstacle, and just having a whole different outlook on it as you go through it, and learning how you can grow from it, and be changed and become a better person. So
I'm excited. I can't wait.
So it's not specific to like cult recovery. I mean, it's
Right.
about this is business obstacles, personal obstacles, whatever the case may be. But
I will order it.
I think that we should have a book club, you guys, and we should read a book
I
together.
am down for that.
Yeah,
that'd
I've
be
written
good.
down all your guys' book recommendations. You guys
Ooh, we have so
on one
many.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah, that would be cool. I think that'd
Yeah.
be really good.
Every
It's
time I
cool.
say
It's cool
this
to know
book
that
is
you can read
amazing.
books.
Sorry, Garden.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lindsay. I just wanted to say real quick, it's so cool. You could just I'm not a big reader myself, but my wife is. Like, we have a library here in our apartment. It's just cool to just have access, and feel comfortable that we can actually read other books and without being
Right.
Yeah.
say about.
Well,
Yeah.
that's here's kind of like my thought when it comes, because people always ask us. I'm sure it's the same for all of us, but when people ask us, like, what do you believe now? And are you a Christian? How, what do you subscribe to? To me, it's like my answer is like, I believe in truth, and truth exists in many forms, and you'll find that like in all kinds of variety of different types of books, things like that. And so that's why I enjoy reading these other. I read more nowadays, but a lot of them are more of these kind of like philosophical, spiritual type books where, I mean, truth is truth, so so I enjoy reading that kind of stuff. It's truth about how to survive and navigate life is what I read a lot about.
I love just hearing different ideas and different opinions. It's refreshing instead of just always thinking the same way, the same circular thoughts over and over and over. It's like, wow, look at all these different ideas that are out there. It's amazing.
Right.
We don't have to be stuck to just one.
Mhm.
We can, pick a variety.
Life outside the echo chamber.
Yes. Thank you guys so much.
I think that's what's most important, is just being open-minded and being free, because religion, takes the effort to try to understand things that are just impossible to know.
Right.
And
there's not
then,
an answer to everything.
Yeah.
And then they'll claim that they know everything, and it's like, that's dangerous waters,
Yeah.
So it's just nice to just be in a balanced, kind of centered place where you don't feel guilty about considering anything, and that's what I like, and that's where I'm at, where I don't lose sleep over it,
Yeah.
That's
Good.
awesome.
Well, thank
You guys, last night, can I just share one more thing? I had the first dream ever. I think that's something that I've found similar to everybody I've spoken with is nightmares, and having dreams about the church. Well, I've had those for a long time, but yesterday I had a dream that I was at the church and pastor was talking and like giving instruction, and I was packing up my bags and I was walking out the doors on my own free will. And it was the first time I'd ever had a dream like that. Usually in the dreams, I'm like stuck there. I can't get out. Like I'm being forced to be there. But for the first time, I was able to walk out.
Nice.
And it felt really good. And I was like, sayonara, baby, I'm out of here.
I think I've heard enough.
That was really nice. That was really nice feeling to have that. I don't know what the dreams mean. I don't know what the nightmares mean or whatever, but it felt like a way of my processing, like, okay, I'm making a choice that I don't want to believe in this anymore, that I don't believe this, and they can't have that power over us anymore.
Most
So
definitely.
I just wanted to share.
That's awesome.
I still have end of the world dreams at least twice a week. And it's like or dreams where like I'm back in the church, but like I don't believe anything.
Right.
Like you said, I'm kind of stuck there, but but more often than not, like at least 2 times a week I have end of the world dreams where like something crazy going on, and
I still have those every now and then. It's crazy, right? Like, it's either a bomb, a meteor, like.
Yeah, it's scary. It's not a fun thing. Yeah, because it's constantly in your mind. You just feel like it's in your subconscious, and that's why you're dreaming about it all the time.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting though too, Tony, that since you and I come from the same place, that we have similar nightmares. Like it's
right. Having a similar teacher, right?
Yeah, it's the same. Like, and that's what I think is interesting, because he left before you did, right? Like he was relocated before you left, but you still have dreams about him specifically,
right?
And I do too. And but it's that same thing of just being there against my will. Like the dream that never starts off that way, where I realize where I am. It takes a minute, and then when I realize where I'm at, then it turns into a panic, and I'm trying to leave, and I usually can't. That's how they used to go. And now my dreams are like what you said, where I'm finding those ways to get out of there and just be like, peace. And You see what I'm doing? I'm walking out. And,
Right,
and
right.
no one does anything.
I'm having my
So,
own thoughts and my own freedom.
Yeah.
That's awesome,
Nice.
you guys. Here's a 2022. We are going to do whatever the hell we want to do.
That's right.
We want to be a snow bunny, we'll be a snow bunny.
That's right. Hey, now's the
Nobody
time where
will
I
tell
could be a
us.
snow bunny if I wanted to.
Yeah, nobody will tell us otherwise.
Somebody offline just tell Tony what a snow bunny is. So
Oh yeah, I don't know what it is for real, so I really don't.
we'll tell you later. You can just keep
Okay.
it out there.
Okay.
Don't worry, neither do I. So.
Okay, cool. Perfect. Perfect. All right, you guys, we're going to talk soon.
All right.
Thank you guys for being here. Yeah, we'll have you. I feel like in season 2, we'll have you guys all back on in some fashion. Again,
Most definitely.
because we
Yeah.
love talking to you guys. It's so much
Yeah,
fun.
for sure.
And you guys are having more guests too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, we have exciting guests and lots of history and lots of cool stuff coming up.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's going to be a good year, you guys. Let's just get healthy and, just
Take care of yourselves.
take care of yourself. That's what I realized. Just take care of yourself. Sleep. Like I used to feel so guilty for taking a nap, and you know what? I don't. I take a nap every single day.
Yeah.
You need it. If your body needs to sleep, you need to sleep. We need to eat healthy, and just So
Get some
all right,
sunlight.
you guys. Yeah, get some sunlight.
We'll see you guys
All right.
soon.
All right.
Thank
Happy
you.
New Year, everyone.
All right, happy New Year.
I'll say our
Bye.
goodbye together.
All right. Boom, baby.
Good.
Boom.
Boom, baby.
Boom.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.